everybody, welcome for another strategies, tactics and boosts video. And the weekend is coming. I hope everybody made it to the opening round, and I also hope that I helped even a little bit with the strategies and tactics that I proposed you uh, on my qualifying strategies video. Today we're going to see the 8 tracks we are racing for this Champions Series event, part 1 of course. The 8 tracks we are racing for this weekend, and it's going to be an interesting one. We have some uh, tough tracks, some tough races ahead of us. Let's go and see them. First of all, by the first look, we see that we're not going to have issues with temperatures, so we are okay with our time management. And the second thing we see it's that we have at least one wet race, which is Austin, and two possible wet races in Mexico and in Sao Paulo. The 8 races are Baku, Sao Paulo, Montreal, Austria, Miami, Mexico, Austin, and finally Monza. Well, where where crazy things have happened. Okay, let's come back here and let's start seeing our, here we are, our tracks one by one. First of all, we start with Azerbaijan, Baku, mainly, as I say, a combo track. But if you don't have, or if you don't want to use a combo boost, then go for cornering boosts than speed boosts. It's better to be fast, especially in sector 2, the blue sector, than all the others. Now, if we are at the back or in the middle of the grid, then one pit stop is the best choice, 4-3 and 3-4, and depending on our tire management, we either go hard medium or medium medium in case of 4-3. If we go 3-4, then it's medium hard. Second stint must be with hard, so we can have the ability to push 4 laps with mediums. Will be borderline, and we will not be able to be aggressive. Now, again about the boosts, I want to remind you that I told you in this track we go for combo boosts like Merlion or Tunin, but in case we are afraid of combo boosts, then it's better to go with boosts like Koopa and have as a third choice like Koopa or Oud or Kawai or Prince, and our third choice could be a speed boost like Taurus or Street Shark. Now, if we are in the middle or at the top of the grid, then we should go for 2 pit stops, soft, soft, medium, and medium, soft, soft, 2-2-3 and 3-2-2. Of course, sometimes we may choose 3 laps with softs, especially if it's the first stint, not the last stint. But if we go with softs first stint, we will we won't be so aggressive, and we will end up just a little before the entrance of the pit lane. We will end up without tires. It's okay to do so, but be careful if you have bad tire management. Let's say my Prost has 82 tire management. It's a bad tire management. I won't go 3 laps with softs because it will he will not end up just before the entrance of the pit lane without tires. He will be without tires even earlier, and I'm going to lose time. So this is why only if you have 90 plus tire management, or if you use a tire management boost and get your stats above 90, 92, 93, then yeah, it's okay to go soft with softs in this stint. Next one is Brazil. A very fast track, but yeah, a very fast track, but still with lots of corners. Now, one pit stop, 4-5 or 5-4. 5-4 can be done with mediums, as you can see, only if you can do it. If you cannot go 5 laps with mediums, then it's hard medium, of course. And your top driver will go wherever you start. It doesn't matter if you are P23 or if you are P1. One driver will go 1 pit stop, the other driver will go 2 pit stops. Of course, if you have a big gap between your drivers, then you can easily choose to go both of them with 2 pit stops and all softs. It's the fastest strategy. But again, if you are afraid of stacking, then your top driver, 2 pit stops, your second driver, 1 pit stop. And I would really like this strategy for our second driver, 5-4. I always say, and I will stick to that. I want in our last stint to be aggressive. So 4 laps with medium the second stint in order to be able to push as much as we want. And of course, we have the ability, the choice to go 1 pit stop, soft medium 4-5, but this is for 95 plus tire management. Else you cannot do it, and you won't be able to push with this strategy. But we are counting on that we're using the fastest compounds, where the others will go with mediums, we will be with softs, and where they will go with hards, 5 laps, we will go with mediums. If we are at the top of the grid and against a bot, it's a good strategy. Against the real player, haven't tested yet, and I'm not so sure because we won't be able to be aggressive. We will be fast, but not aggressive. Now, there is possibility of raining in Brazil, so most of the bots will pit lap 5, if not all the bots will pit in lap 5, so we undercut as always when we have a wet race. 4-5, both our drivers try to create a gap. If we cannot do that, then okay, our second driver, it will be a risk to go 5-4 if he is not at the top of the grid. If he is P1, P2, P3, then we will definitely go 5-4. Next one, Canada. I know that I have been repeating myself a lot of times, but we are in the middle of the season, and by now we know what to do in most of our tracks. So that's why I'm repeating myself in tracks that we know what works. So in Canada, like in Australia, we like to use the fastest compound and do an extra pit. Let's go and see. Of course, if you are at the back or in the middle of the grid, you can go 5-3, hard, soft. Maybe the fastest and safest strategy, not the fastest, the safest strategy is this one. 4-4, soft, medium. If you can't go 4 laps with softs, then it's 4-4, medium, medium. It's the same, but this is the safest strategy and one of the fastest, of course. But for me, the fastest strategy is these two: 2-3-3 and 3-3-2, all softs. Here I would like to see Merlion, TuneIn, or maybe Oud. Or if you want to have race start and do 2 pit stops, then go for Kavai, because Kavai is giving everything we want. If we don't start P1 in the top 6 and we are P7, P8, P9, okay, then we need to boost our race start. So 15 in on race start, 20 in cornering, 15 in pit times. We are doing 2 pit stops, so we need to boost our pit times. Maybe no, this is the perfect boost if you are starting below P6. If you are starting above P6, then we have 3 choices: Oud, overtaking, cornering, and extremely fast pit stop, as you can see. TuneIn, which for me is probably the best here. We have the fastest pit boosting, and we have both speed and cornering boosting. And of course, another choice, one more choice, is Merlion, which is better in boosting our speed and cornering, but not so much in our pit times. So if we want to gain, to make faster pit stops, then we are going to use TuneIn. If we want more boosting in our cornering and speed, then we're going to use Merlion. And Oud is about overtaking and cornering. So see where your car and your drivers are missing out and choose accordingly. But these are the boosts for this strategy. We need to boost our pit time, and then according to our setup and our drivers, we can choose Merlion or TuneIn or Oud. Of course, according to where we start, we choose either these 3 or Kavai, which is for when we start lower than P6 or P7. And this goes for every 2 pit strategy we follow. Okay, so let's go. The next one, Austria. Austria is going to be the track that we are going to get the fastest lap in case of a tie. So be aware. The strategies are simple. We cannot do much. It's 3-3-4, soft, medium probably if the last stint is the one with the 4 laps, then probably medium is the best. And 4-3-3, medium soft soft, if our driver has good tire management, then it can go 4-3-3 soft soft soft. These two are the strategies, the only and the best strategies in Austria. Of course, combo boosts for Austria. We are chasing the fastest lap, so we are going. And in Austria, let me say this: in Austria, even the bots will do 2 pit stops, so we can use Merlion. Merlion is better than Tunin here because we need much more boosting in our speed, in our acceleration, and in our cornering than in our pit times, because everybody is doing 2 pit stops, so we don't care so much. We are not doing 1 extra pit stop, so it's okay to go for less pit boosting and more speed and cornering boosting. For the fastest lap, of course, Merlion is the boost you want to choose. Okay, Miami. Miami. Okay, it's going to be a dry race, so not much to say here. It's the same like in Austria. We're going to do 2 pit stops, 2-2-3, and 3-2-2. Probably with softs the third stint, but again, I'm saying be careful of your tire management. If you cannot do it, then go with mediums in your last stint, so you can push the red button, you can be aggressive, you can deplete, you can use your power unit, your battery. Again, here probably not even combo boosts. Speed boosts are probably better, and we can see boosts like Deadfast that are going to be useful here, even with this little tire management that it gives us, some boosting in our tire management. It's okay. It will give us the ability to push even more in the stints with the softs. And of course, there is always Eclipse, where it will give us some pit boosting too, although we don't need it because again all the bots are going to pit 2 times, so we don't have a difference in our strategy. We are not doing an extra pit. Talking about speed boosts, Skull is great here. 25 in boost in speed boosting, 15 in overtaking, and some ERS boosting. And let's not forget Taurus, which will give us plus 20 in speed boosting and plus 25 in for our battery. These boosts are very, very useful for this track, for these strategies. If we start at the top of the grid, if we are below P6, then of course it's Street Shark, because we want this, the race start. And Firework. Again, we have some boosting in our race start, speed and overtaking. So, as I always say, if we are below P6, we boost our race start. If we are above P6, if we start P6, P5, P4 and higher, then I wouldn't spend a boost with race start. I would go with boosts without race start, and you saw Merlion, you saw Oud, you saw Deadfast and Taurus. So there are so many. Skull, which is great. Unstoppable, maybe. There are so many boosts that you can use when you start at the top of the grid. Okay, next one is Mexico, and here it's going to be it's simple, but if you see there corners 1, 2 and 3, this is where it all happens. At the start of the race, if you get stuck there in traffic, you are in big trouble. Anyway, let's go and see. Of course, 5-3, the second best strategy, the second fastest is this one, 5-3, medium, soft. And the fastest is this, 4-4, soft, medium. Of course, if you cannot go with 4 laps with softs or 5 with mediums, then go one step above and go for the harder compound. And third option, and the third best, so it's my third alternative would be 3-5, soft, medium. But I would clearly choose the first two, and this is just an alternative. Now, if it rains, 4-4 for wherever you start, bots are going to pit at lap 5, and some of them, if I remember well, they pit at lap 6, but most of them at lap 5, so we go 4-4. If you're afraid of pit stacking, then you can go 4-4 and 3-5. Okay, again, this is I forgot to correct this one. Let me see a little bit. Yes, this is for when you are at the back or in the middle of the grid, and this is for if we are at the top of the grid, 5-3. But only if we are P1, P2, P3, because we are going to pit with all the bots and there is going to be traffic if we are further back. And next one is Austin, where we're going to have 100% a wet race. So it's simple, 3-4 for wherever we are, 4-3 if we are at the top of the grid. And that's it. We don't need anything else. We don't need to say anything or to analyze anything. When it rains, it's simple. We pit one lap before the bots, and only if we are at the top of the grid, at the top 3 places, we pit with the bots. So we hate Monza. We all agree to that we hate Monza. But after last Sunday, I don't know if I can hate this track anymore. It gave me one of my most thrilling races, which ended up to give me a gold medal in the Champions tire. So yeah, I hate it, but I love it too. One gold medal achieved in this track, and with what a way. If you go to my Sunday final, last Sunday's final, you will see what happened in Monza, and yeah, it was crazy, but it made the gold medal even more fun. Let's go and see. So, of course, 4-4, hard, wherever we are. If we have top drivers or not top drivers, this is the way to go. But if we are at the top and maybe in the middle of the grid, I would prefer if we are at the top of the grid, but even in the middle we can try it. Then we can go 2 pit stops, 2, 3, 3, all the variations, and depending our tire management, we can either go all softs or we can mix softs with mediums. It all depends on your tire management, on your driver's tire management. So all the variations of 2 pit stops and compounds are here. And again, as you can see, I'm suggesting to use Frost, Pretzel, Charon, Movember. For those of you that cannot go 3 laps with softs, this is the way. If your drivers can do 3 laps with softs, then it's another story. We go to Merlion, to Tuning, we can go Oud, we can go Kavai maybe, but I would prefer Merlion or Tuning. My first 2 choices, my first 2 choices are going to be Merlion and Tuning, because Monza is a fast track. It has some corners, but mainly straights. So a combo boost is better, and we need a combo boost with some pit time boosting, because we're pitting 2 times. So you will see me using Merlion or Tuning all the time in Monza when doing the 2 pit strategy. Okay, let's see our tracks again. As you can see, Baku, Sao Paulo, Montreal, Austria, Miami, Mexico, Austin, and Monza. Possibilities, chances of rain in Brazil 40%, in Mexico 60%, and a wet race in Austin 100%. Of course, we see Alonso and Hamilton, which are the 2 boosted drivers for this event, the 2 champions that are boosted. And that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to read the description below. In the description of this video, you will find my Discord server link. Click there and join my Discord server. You will find all these strategies and the strategies for all the other tracks. You will find them available to see them and analyze them whenever you want. And of course, you can ask anything you want or you need about the game. And of course, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and stay tuned, because we are going to have a hell of a weekend. I'm streaming, as always, my opening and final round, so I want you all there. Stay tuned and have a great racing weekend. Goodbye, everybody.